get your passports back out. Check they're in date as well, and there's not 6 months or less on them, because Newcastle United, despite it being an absolutely awful game yesterday, are back in the UEFA Champions League for the 2025-26 season, and it just feels fantastic. Welcome back to the Magnificent Mags channel then. Sorry the video is a bit later than normal. I wanted to do a post-match reaction when I left the stadium yesterday, but everyone was just in such a buoyant mood. Seen loads of people we knew. It was just a party atmosphere. And then by the time I was like, oh, shall I record it? I was a bit drunk, so no one wanted to see that. We just wanted to soak it all in and be in the moment. So that's the reason why I didn't do the reaction yesterday. I mean, I could have, but it was some sesh yesterday. So my hangover's just gone. So I just wanted to record it now to do my reaction. But oh my God, it's been the best season of our life, hasn't it? Honestly, winning a trophy, ending the 70-year domestic trophy drought, or ending the 56-year drought in general since the Intercity Fairs Cup. And now we've backed that up with Champions League qualification. And of all the teams who've done us a favour, Manchester United, I mean, is it a thank you to them for all those years ago when we sold Andy Cole to them? Or is it because of last season where they took a European spot by actually beating Manchester City in the FA Cup final? So yeah, we don't know, but thank you very much, Manchester United. And also, thank you so much to Aston Villa as well. You've got all the way to the quarterfinals this season. Done well, got the coefficient up, and then you've handed 5th spot to her by turning in one of your worst performances of the season. Now, look, I will caveat that and say I know that absolutely dreadful decision didn't go in their favour when Morgan Rogers should have put them 1-0 up. I've seen that back on Match of the Day and some other replays, and my God, that was an awful decision. I mean, the keeper didn't have the ball in control at any point, but you know what? I don't care. All that matters is we're qualified and we're done it. And yeah, it wasn't in style. I said if you took Everton home on the last day of the season and you can't beat them, then you don't deserve Champions League. And yeah, if results hadn't went away yesterday, we didn't beat them and we didn't deserve to. Fair play to them. We all thought that turn up with nothing to play for. But you know what? They were excellent. It might be because there was no pressure on them. They couldn't finish, I think, higher than 13th or drop lower than 13th. And yeah, they fully deserved it. They gave were a very tough game. And you know what? I agree with EddieHowe's assessment. It wasn't for the want of trying. It's just, I think we wanted it so much and we were that desperate knowing that if we didn't get the win, there's a chance we could have fell out. And we did drop to 6th at one point until Man U went ahead and then got the second goal. But yeah, Sandro Tonali had his shot parried by Pickford, and then Isak's follow-up was saved. Fabian Schär had one tipped over the bar. You had Sven Botmans when the corner came in and dropped him. Pickford saved with his feet. And then you could go to the Leesers at the other end. Fabian Schär's absolute screamer just went past the post. Trippier's free kick just went past the post. You had Isak's shot, which Pickford saved to his right. And then he also done a brilliant save as well from Bruno's effort. So it's not for the want of trying, but again, it was a game of two keepers, really. Nick Pope played well, in my opinion. Look, forget about the kicking and all that. It would have been a lot more if Pope hadn't been in goal yesterday. He was fantastic. And again, saving some of their shots. And you know what? It was a game of two keepers. We would have scored if it wasn't for Jordan Pickford. He was in inspired form. And again, he doesn't need any encouragement coming here. I'm glad the daft T-Rex costumes weren't out. He seems to be more mature these days. And you know what? The eyes make him connections and that, but he is a good goalkeeper. I don't think he's world class, but he is a good goalkeeper. And he proved it yesterday. He kept out. And Everton, as I've said, have been solid defensively. They'd hardly concede under David Moyes. David Moyes is a very good manager. But then Nick Pope at our end kept the scoreline down. They could have got a second or a third. I mean, the chance at the end, I know it hit his chest, but he stood strong, stood tall to stop Dominic Calvert-Lewin's effort when the sea just parted for it. And then he's obviously saved a couple of other good chances. Thorns in were side all day with Carlos Alcaraz. Vitaly Mykolenko was good down the left, even though I didn't think he's that too good of a left back. He proved me wrong yesterday. And then Njai, he was good too. And Beto, yeah, was winning a couple of flick-ons. But yeah, I'd give Alcaraz man of the match overall. He had the chance at the Gallagher's, which Pope saved down to his left. At the other end, he saved a couple of good chances. One that Joe Garner fired in after Bruno lost it. But yeah, again, it was just we're trying too much. We're at desperation at times, and their goal was avoidable. Murphy, like a lot of players, this is not just picking on Murphy. A slack pass, unnecessary turnover of possession. Trippier was on the overlap, so he was out of position, struggling to get back. And obviously Mikolenko's cross come in, and the key element in that is Dan Burn probably maybe would have got his weight into him, put him off a bit for the header, or managed to win the header and clear it, but he slipped. And then that just gave Alcaraz a free header into the bottom corner. And you know what, fair play to Everton. Look, I know we've won and it's easier to say, but yeah, I don't think we deserve to win. A draw, probably, but goals win your games, and Everton done that. But all that matters is we're back in the UEFA Champions League, and my God, the appetite's wet for it. I can't wait. I've looked at the dates. 16th to the 18th of December is the first group game, match day 1. Obviously, it's 8 teams now. You can't draw a team from your own country in the group stage, and it's 2 from all 4 pots that you draw. So first group game, 16th, 18th of September, September the 30th, October the 1st for match day 2, 21st and 22nd of October for match day 3, 4th and 5th of November for match day 4, 25th and 6th of November match day 5, 9th and 10th of December for match day 6. Then there's a little break with it being the Christmas period, and then strangely, Champions League games, match day 7 and 8, 20th and 21st of January. And then just one game on the 28th of January, match day 8. And obviously that's like the final day of the regular season yesterday. Everyone kicks off at the same time to avoid collusion. Like, say if 2 teams needed a draw that could play out a draw. Not saying that would happen, but that's why they do it. And then the final, it hosted the Europa League final, I believe, in 2023. The Puskás Arena, legend of the game, in Budapest, Hungary. Will Newcastle be there? That's a long stretch. Europa League would have been more winnable. Like I said, if we'd lost 10-0 yesterday, never happened, we're in the Europa League. But fortunately, we get the Champions League revenue. And what that does is, obviously, it means we keep the likes of Isak, Tonali, obviously Bruno's not going anywhere. And then it's just transformative in terms of signings want to attract. Now, I know we've talked about Cunha. He looks like he is still going to Man U. Strange, but you know what? Fair play to him. That's his decision. He doesn't want Champions League football. Fair play. We mightn't even be in for him again. Remember, it's just rumours at the moment. Brian Mbeumo, he's meant to be linked with Man U the day. Strange one. I'd like him here. I really like him. But I don't know what price Brentford would want. Again, I'll do videos in future on transfers. And a couple other links today. It's been posted that we're after, again, João Pedro, Mark Douglas, I believe, were in the eye. Has said we're going in for him again. Remember when Fabrizio Romano said, here we go, and then he didn't end up joining with. Well, he's at Brighton now. We're in for him. Liam Delap's representatives were allegedly up here yesterday. He's representatives, so he's considering his options. Apparently he's turned down Man U, but again, it's one of those where if he has the option, I reckon it's us or Chelsea. Because Chelsea could win a trophy too on Wednesday in the Conference League final against Real Betis. But when both have a Champions League football and we've possibly both won a trophy. So an understanding, Chelsea might just swing it if he does want to play regularly, be the number 1 striker to replace Nicholas Jackson. But again, that doesn't mean he won't come here. We're in 4 competitions, he'll get regular game time. And it was shown yesterday that our squad is stretched. I mean, EddieHowe, my God, he's elite. He is elite. Yeah, people go on, oh, you signed Hall and Tonali and that. But remember, that's 3 windows now. He's not signed anyone. That's all of 2024 and 2025, January just gone. And the fact he's got with the Champions League when he's got every last drop out of this squad is a miracle in itself. I mean, the likes of Jacob Murphy, what he's done for him, but we do still need a right winger. Murphy deserves to stay. But a squad player, I reckon, we do need to upgrade the right wing. There can't be any sentiment. Again, like yesterday, Callum Wilson, it looked like a farewell from him. Though David Ornstein's reported the day that Apparently he's getting offered 2 options. It's either he can move on because his current terms end at the end of June, or will it be that they'll offer him like an incentivized based contract, so more appearances you make, etc. You'd be like a pay-as-you-play deal basically, and that protects the club. And I think it's also correctly reflective of Wilson's availability. And that's not knocking him. I love the guy. He's been arguably our best Premier League striker outside of Isak and Shearer in the last 20 years. He saved her when times got tough under Bruce. He got the goals that kept her up. I think he's now the 3rd highest Premier League goal scorer behind Isak. But again, he's just a great character, and it's not his fault his body's let him down. It happens to all players at certain ages. It's not nice to see. He wants to play. He's not purposely injured, but it's one of these things that if he does go, he has with thanks for being. He's wore the number 9 shirt really well, and he's been brilliant for EddieHowe, obviously at Bournemouth and here, getting the goals that he has to firstly keep winning the league when it was crap, and then also to fire to the Champions League a couple of years ago. But I think it's just one too many injuries for him. But he goes with my thanks if he does go. If he stays in his 3rd choice and he pays his play deal, I also won't complain at that. But football moves quickly, and it's just one of those things where there can't be any sentiment. You've just got to move on and just say thank you. But it's one of those where if he does part ways, it's best for everyone. But you know what? Like I said, if he doesn't end up going and he stays on a pay-as-you-play deal, that's also fine with me. But we do need a more regularly available striker, especially with Isak's injuries this season, the way he's struggled. Another player linked with a move of the day. Again, it's that Will account on X. He said Joe Willock is apparently going to go to Fulham, and £25 million, and it will be pure profit. The good thing is that he's been here about 5 years now. Now, pure profit's not just when they're an academy player. So if it's 25 million, 5 million a season, amortised over the 5 years, and then we're selling for 25 million, say, but he'd been here for 3 years, 10 million would remain on the books, and that would come off the 25, so the profit for the club be 15 million. But if he's been here those 5 years, I believe it is now. I think we got him 2020, didn't we, from Arsenal? Because he got that 7 and 8 goal run that kept up when he was on loan at the time. But yeah, it'd be pure profits. That'd be fantastic business for the club. But the main thing is, we're back in the Champions League. And honestly, what a season it's been. I've done around 9 away games. I've been to every home game in League and Cup and every round of the Carabao Cup and FA Cup. And they're honestly just like last 16, Champions League qualification and winning a trophy. It can't get any better than that right now. Obviously, it could get better in future, but nothing will take away that trophy win. And honestly, Champions League football and a trophy, it's beyond my wildest dreams. This squad, what EddieHowe's got out of it, should not be getting in the Champions League. That's not knocking the player. Honestly, the way the players have performed this season, they have been fantastic. I mean, again, like I said, what's it? Murphy, with these goals and assists. He's over 20 goal and assist contributions. He's like 27 goals. Like Barnes and Gordon, again, yeah, they haven't really been firing. Because all I'll say, a quick summary of like what I thought the game was like yesterday from our perspective. I don't think the system worked. Now, obviously, however you want to look at it, it could be like a 5-2-3 defending, or a 5-4, like 5-4-1 if you like. And then when we're attacking, it transitions into a 3-4-3. But I predicted that would be the lineup yesterday, but I noticed early in it just wasn't working. I don't think the patterns of play were there, and how the players are used to playing in a 4-3-3. So the extra centre-half didn't work. And again, EddieHowe tried to acknowledge it, because obviously Murphy and Tino on either side, it's worked against teams who really come at you, but Everton were, despite having chances. But a lot of the chances we did give to them, it doesn't really work when you've got Murphy and Tino there against a team like Everton, because Tino is good getting forward and defensively. Murphy not so good defensively, but it also limited him being in a wing-back role, getting forward. So we didn't really have the options there. But EddieHowe acknowledged it, tried to change it up. Obviously, he went to a back four in the second half. Dan Burn, haven't seen this for a while, but he moved to left back. And then he obviously put Tino at right back. and then he kept Botman and Cher in the middle, but it didn't really work. Gordon came off, he was ineffective. I was hoping it would be a game where he'd finally turn up. Again, I've said, yes, there's caveats where he's had his knee injury, a hip problem, he got suspended, he's lost some rhythm. I don't want him sold, like some are saying. He deserves to stay in the summer, and he'll go again next season. He's too good not to. I just felt that the way it's been, even though I think Gordon still was more effective than Barnes yesterday, I felt Barnes was unlucky being moved to the right. Him and Murphy don't really work well. If anything, like I said, Gordon's cross for Isaac against Arsenal shows that he can't play there. I felt Barnes should have got more of a chance on the left. But then EddieHowe changed it up again. That didn't work, so he moved Tino to left back, brought Trippier on. I felt we were a bit better and more experienced. But again, yes, I know Trippier came on, then they scored the goal, but that wasn't just Trippier's fault. He was overlapping Murphy when he lost the ball, and then Burns slipped. So it's just one of those things. I felt Trippier was one of our best players. Tino as well, I'd put up there. Tino was bombing up and down that wing. That run he done from Joe Garner's shot that Pope saved, and then he ran all the way up the left wing past the stand and got fouled. That was fantastic. He's great. He's been fantastic there this season. Like I said, he's good that he's in the under-21 squad. Unlucky not to be in the England squad, where we're lacking fullbacks these days with Walker and that. Even though he's in the squad, he's aging. He's now at Inter. So yeah, it was just one of those days. Look, at the end of the day, all that mattered was the result. The game's forgotten. And like I said, my three best players were Trippier, Livramento and Pope. But yeah, it's one of those. Well done, Everton. You got the win. Fair play to the shithousery as well for the photo at the away dressing room. I bet Pickford instigated that, but look, we do shithousery and it's ultimate pettiness. But you know what? Well played. Well played. You know, I'll just say that. We all love banter, and that's decent banter. But all that matters is we're in the Champions League, and it's massive, it's transformative. And the teams we could draw from some of the pots, especially pot 1, we've been saying probably avoid like the likes of Monaco and that from pot 4. It might be tricky, but pot 1, I've posted the day. I want Real Madrid, I want Napoli because I went to Naples on holiday last year. Absolutely loved it. I'd love to go back for a few days, go to the Amalfi Coast again, Sorrento, Positano, and then maybe even again go to Ischia. I didn't go to Capri. But I love Naples last year, the football mad. Yeah, people are saying security and obviously mafia and that. That's where Al Capone's from, originally Naples, before he moved to America. But we got no bother there. I think it's because it is mafia controlled, especially in the city, like around Quartieri Spagnoli. No one wants to cross them. No one will give you any bother. But again, yeah, it won't be a city where you can go around in your colours, but I'd love to go to the Stadium Diego Armando Maradona. I wanted to do a stadium tour when I was there last year, but it's not open on non-match days. You can only do tours on match days, which is strange, but Naples was beautiful. But I'd love a Real Madrid or a Barcelona, a real European heavyweight, especially Real. I'd love to see them here or go at the Bernabeu, just for the glamour of the time. Not saying we'd win, but the glamour to rub shoulders with the best team in European history, that would be fantastic. But yeah, my dream teams to get out of there, I was saying it with the lads in my group before, with WhatsApp chat and Messenger. I've got a few groups, as everyone does when it's football. I'd say Napoli, Real or Barca, Dortmund, as I didn't get to go last time. I really want to this time. I forgot them. I wouldn't mind buying Munich though, but I reckon Dortmund's better than Munich in terms of away location. I mean, I know buying a Champions this season. And then from the other groups, I'd probably like maybe a Galatasaray, even a Celtic. I'm going there pre-season. Just to mix it up a bit, an Anglo-Scottish thing. It's just brilliant. Trophy drought ended, Champions League, best season of our life. I'm just delighted. Honestly, I even shed a tear yesterday, I'll admit that. We're Champions League and ending with trophy drought, and I was just thinking of all the fans who aren't here. People we've lost, friends, family who could have been here to see that. It's just excellent, and that's why it's like me cover photo on X for all those who didn't make the night. It's just that what War Flag's done, that East Stand display, That's why it's there. Just thinking of everyone who should have been there and just seen this season. It's been the best ever, and I am so looking forward to European nights next season. 4 guaranteed games at St James's and 4 guaranteed games away, and I definitely want to get to 1 or 2 away this time. That's the only regret from 2 years ago, due to pre-planned holidays, and I didn't want to go without a ticket, but this time I've said, regardless if it comes to my points or not, I'm going. I'm doing it. I just want to experience it. That's one bucket list thing I haven't done. I've done lots of aways in this country. I've done 9 this season, from Hull, Manchester, London, Wembley, Emirates, Ipswich, Birmingham, Brighton. Honestly, it's been a hell of a season, memorable. But yeah, definitely looking forward to the Champions League next season. And the draw, I think's around the 28th of August. So yeah, that's it from me for now though. I'm going to go. That's it. Yeah, 6 months I've been doing this now. Thank you once again for everyone who's watched, everyone who's commented, everyone who's subscribed. Honestly, it means the world. Thank you so much. It keeps us vindicated that I am enjoying these videos. I enjoy doing them. It's good that people are enjoying them too. And I think I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I'm like, do I? But yeah, thank you. Honestly, I've appreciated all the love, the comments. Thank you so much. That's not the end of the videos. Obviously, the season's done. I will come back in June and July, especially when I'm up at Celtic Park. But I will do videos on transfers when things become more concrete. What's out there now the regular season's done. But what a season it's been. But anyway, that's it. I'm going to wrap the video up now. So yeah, thank you once again from the bottom of my heart for everyone who's watching. Like, comment, share and subscribe. Please keep doing so with your friends. And like I said, it's not goodbye. It's just see you soon. I'll be back with more videos on transfers throughout the summer. And especially if I buy the new top and everything. I've got new content coming next season, and obviously there'll be more videos with Europe, but it's just I didn't want to rush too many ideas out with it just being me at this moment in time. I thought it'd just be too much, and if I try and do too much at once, I'd really dilute the content, and I don't want to ruin it. So I want to just pace myself, see how these first 6 months go, and then I've got lots of new ideas coming next season. I want to try and get lots of new ideas out there, but yeah, I just want to take me time, and I'm going to plan them properly in the closed season, so it's good content, so I know it's properly thought through before I release it. But for now, it's not goodbye, it's just see you soon. And once again, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and Newcastle United are back amongst Europe's elite. Bye for now.